Hi, everybody. I'm Marcelle Chèrie, an upcoming fusion artist from Kingston, Jamaica. My music style is really modern. It's like a modern twist on reggae and dancehall, traditional Caribbean music. But I listen to everything. So I kind of want to approach my music style by taking in a little bit of all the things that I listen to, whether it's Afrobeats, R&B, hip hop, trap, just everything. So right now I'm just having a lot of fun with it. And yeah, that's a little about me. So I've always loved music. My grandma and my mom, they play music around the house. My grandma has like an insane record collection that I inherited after her passing. So we love music in my household. When I realized that I could sing then, I guess, was probably in like fourth grade. I would sing for my friends, sing around school. We'd have like Christmas concerts annually and stuff like that. And then I realized, wait, I can kind of hold a note. Let's investigate. Let's see what this is about. So, I kind of started writing songs and stuff like that throughout high school. I'd perform at any school concert that gave me the opportunity to be on the stage. I'd be there. And then, yeah, I started writing my own music. And then I pursued it. I started pursuing it as a career in 2023. So that's when I released my first song. Only 2 years. My anniversary was in July. Okay, so my musical style is, what is the word I'd use to describe it? My musical style is a little bit of everything. So if you love music, I make music for you. I make music for people who love music. So it's genre bending, it's modern, it's fun. I personally, some of my favorite songs that I've released are Designer, which is like an Afrobeats dancehall type of feel. It makes you want to party, it makes you want to have fun. And also Little Bass off of my debut EP, Elemental, that just came out in May. That's one of my favorite songs. It's sexy, it's sultry, it's flirty, and it's hot. So yeah, I make a little bit of everything.
Song of the summer, I'm hearing.
I hope so. Well, someone is kind of done, but like we can bring it back. We can bring it back next year.
It released what, in July, right?
In May. Yeah. So the EP was in May, but the song Little Bass was in February actually. So that was a single off the EP. Little bass, give me the rhythm and wind up my little waist. Okay, top three. Okay. So let's start with Jamaica first, because that's my homeland, that's my home country. I'm always repping. Shensia is like at the top of my list for collabs. Internationally, oh boy, Masego is a good one that I think I would sound in terms of like sound, because there's a lot of people I would collab with because I love them, but in terms of like sound meshing and stuff like that, I think Masego would be good. And then I'm gonna say my favorite artist ever and my dream collab would be Tyler the Creator. That might not happen, but you never know. So yeah. Never know what me would I deal with the place when we bring you on and touch it ground, make you feel. Honestly, I've always, whenever I listen to music, music is something that's really dear to my heart. Like, apart from it being something that I love, like I think it's my purpose. So I want people to feel how I feel when I listen to music. Music is literally the only thing that can calm me down, get me through hard moments. So I want people who listen to my music to feel how I feel when I listen to music. So whether it's to clear your head, to have fun with it, if you're feeling a little emotional and I have a song that maybe you can relate to, like I want it to have an emotional, lasting impact on people beyond streams. Honestly, I think it's more so just about my personality rather than one specific message. It's not like a Bob Marley vibe where his message is unity and peace and love. Like, it just depends on what I'm going through at the moment. That's the message. It's just me. Oh boy, the music scene over there is hopping. Like it's really serious for us. I would say that for dancehall specifically, it's super fast paced. Like there's no days off, there's no sleeping, there's no rest, which is why I technically don't consider myself a dancehall artist per se. I'm more so leaning towards the fusion and the international scene. But I love it. I mean, it's always fun, it's high energy, it's high vibes. And we are slowly creating subgenres and breaking into international markets with our sound and doing things that are different and modern and collaborating with other international artists. So it's ever changing, it's evolutionary, just like any other genre.
So yeah, because you're the first Jamaican artist we've got, and we get a lot of international. We get Sweden, we get Germany. When I had someone say Jamaica, I was like, wow, I haven't heard anyone from Jamaica. So can you talk a little bit about what dancehall is?
All right, so dancehall is kind of like, for lack of a better word, I would compare it in closeness in terms of like structure to hip hop. So it's kind of like rap over a beat. It started out as toasting, which is literally just like the selector or the DJ over the mic, a cappella, to like his own cadence or rhythm. And then, you know, we put rhythms to it and then it becomes this thing kind of similar to hip hop. Those things were kind of like popular in New York at the same time around the 70s. So yeah, since then, dancehall has completely evolved. We have so many subgenres now. Modern dancehall, trap hall, cruftcore is the newest one. So as we're like evolving, modernizing, we have social media now and a lot of different things. So we're combining sounds with like underground trap and hip hop and rap and R&B and so many things. But at the core, it's Jamaican to the bone, like the content, you know, the accent, the language, because it's in patois. So yeah, it's just its own space. It's its own culture. That's why it's called dancehall, because it was like a physical space where people would go to party and express themselves, wear bright colors, jewelry, gold, silver. Like, it's just insane.
So cool. I didn't realize that it was so vibrant over there.
Yeah, there's club scenes, there's street parties, street dances. People are out till 6 a.m. Like, it's insane.
Where's the main hub? Like, what area would you suggest?
I would say that, well, for many different genres in many different countries, you know, the inner city is what really keeps these things alive. So downtown Kingston is the place for dancehall.
You feel like turn up the temperature.
I have run into a couple of hiccups, to be honest, and it's mainly coming from, I guess, people who haven't seen what I'm trying to do realize success, if you know what I mean. Like, where I'm trying to go, when I talk about it as a concept, it hasn't been done yet. So people kind of try to knock it down, because it's not very often that you find a Jamaican that says that they're not a dancehall or a reggae artist, because those are our genres. So if I'm going to someone and I'm saying, hey, I'm Jamaican, born and raised, but I kind of want to do R&B, or I want to do country, you know, they're going to look at you like, girl, you have two genres that are opening doors for your brothers and sisters. Then why do you want to do something different? But I always tell them that I'm going to be the first. So I don't really listen to what the naysayers kind of have to say. I like what I like. And, you know, I think who is supposed to listen to it or hear it will.
Who's going to change it but you? If you don't
Exactly.
start, if you don't start a revolution, who's going to?
Exactly.
So, talking a little bit on that further, is it hard to find producers? Is it hard to find songwriters because of that?
Honestly, it isn't. And are we on the record here? I haven't worked with songwriters yet. I'm really excited to. Like, I hope that I do have the opportunity to get in the booth, get in the studio with some other like-minded people where we can create some magic. But producers, no, it's actually not that hard, because a lot of producers are leaning more towards like a fusion style, especially with the Afrobeats wave, with the R&B wave. So it's not really hard. It's more so like the old heads in the game that are like, I don't know, I'm not so confident in what you're doing, but they're gonna have to just watch and see. So yeah, because they have a formula and it's worked. So, you know, why change it? Why fix what's not broken, according to them?
Turn up the music, right? This will make it stop.
Oh, why? I love that question. Wow, I don't even know if I could narrow it down to like any given experience. I kind of grew up in America for a small period of time. So maybe it's just an overall like level of exposure and maturity that I was given as a younger person. Like, I went to school up here. I travel every year, like, since birth. So I just think it's a level of exposure and opportunities that I was given to experience different things that have led me to, you know, acquiring the worldliness that I have now. And it definitely has influenced my music taste, because when I travel, the first thing I'm doing is seeking out like who are the local artists. I'm going to the underground concerts, and you know, I'm on the ground trying to find out what the locals do wherever I go. So I think it's more so a mindset.
Yeah, here we are. I gonna need a caution sign.
I went to Curacao for my birthday a couple years ago, and like it's insane. Like you're just walking on the street and you're looking and you're seeing like a little bar with live music, and they're playing jazz and they're singing, and it's like every other building is one of those, and it's just open, and you literally you can walk from inside the jazz bar or whatever it is to on the street, and it was so intimate and it was so colorful and vibrant. It reminded me of Jamaica, but like times 10, because it was so much more colorful and insane. I don't know, but that's like a lasting image that I have in my head of just seeing that and it being on the streets with you. It's almost like you had a soundtrack everywhere you were going. That's how vibrant their music scene is there. So I remember that.
Clean up on the aisle. This no need no liquor, no weed.
Oh boy. So it wouldn't be the first time I'm getting this question. So it's not going to be the first time I'm giving the answer. I have dreams sometimes. I don't want to make it sound weird or stuff, but literally sometimes I will be like lucid dreaming, and I'll think of like a melody to a song or a song title or a concept. I jump out of my sleep and I have to record it, whether it's like a voice memo or writing it down, wherever it is. So I think it was just one of those moments I had. I'm just like, okay, I want to do a project. I want to be taken seriously, especially on the international scene. People don't really gravitate towards singles. It's more so like a body of work where they can pick something from. So I'm like, okay, if I do 4 tracks, what goes with 4? Wait, the 4 elements. So it just came to me one day and I was like, this is perfect and I'm going to run with it. Like I had the concept before I had any of the songs written or had any beats, anything.
That's difficult too, because now you have the concept. So to write songs kind of around that.
Yeah, like I have to stick to it. Yeah, it was a bit of a challenge, but you know.
How did you approach that songwriting process?
I think with any songwriting process, my main thing is to have a theme or have something that I want the song to be about. Like I can't do anything else before I come up with a story in my head. Knowing that I had the 4 elements, I started with how does each element make me feel? What do I interpret these elements to be? And then what do I want other people to get from it? So I started with that. And then I broke it down one by one. So for Fire, I was just like, okay, obviously this has to be like a hot song. Some of them weren't as, you know, hard to conceptualize. It was kind of like, duh. So for Fire, I was like, okay, this has to be a hot song. So it has to be kind of sensual, maybe like more feminine and stuff like that. Because I do have different parts of my personality that I wanted to show as well. And then for the water approach, I got the beat for that one. And then I was like, okay, this definitely has to go with water because it kind of felt like a movie soundtrack. So it was like, it sounded like when you're on a river right before it goes over the waterfall, it was like rushing, that type of thing. So I was like, okay, I have the concept, I have the beat, I'm going to write a song. And I don't know, I just feel like it just depended on where I was at the given moment. I think each song had a different process, but I just know that I had the concept first. For some of them, I got the beat, and then I was like, okay, I'm attaching this to an element. So it was just my brain being all over the place for a lot of the time, but I just know that it all came together.
I kind of love how your brain works though, because it is a very conceptual album, and I love conceptual albums. That's actually what I gravitate towards the most. Like you said, I like a full project. I like to listen to it front back. When you came to me with that pitch, I was like, wow, this is really, I love it. This is an artist that cares about the art, that's intentional about it. And that's not easy to do. It's super easy to go, okay, viral hit song. This is a beat that people remember. This is a catchy phrase that people will remember. But to actually go in depth on that and be like, okay, it's going to be about air. Like, where do you even start with air? Like, okay, oxygen, but like...
So literally, and then because I wanted it to be visual led as well, I was like, okay, but it doesn't stop here. Like, there's 4 original visualizers that came out with the EP, but I'm going to be promoting this thing I'm going to milk it. So I intend to do like different interpretations even of those elements. Because, you know, water can be literal, the river or the sea, but it can also be like melting ice. It could also be like raindrops. It could be, you know, so I want to do different interpretations and concepts even behind the concept. Listen, no, because that, I think that's a lot of the problem. Like I said, with dancehall music, specifically in Jamaica, it's super fast paced. So if you're not dropping a song like every 3 months, they're going to tell you that you're falling off. Like, it's that fast paced. Like, you have to be dropping. So concept albums, unheard of back home. Like, they don't even do that because they think it's a waste of time. Maybe reggae, you could lean more towards that because it's more slow and, you know, you're kind of there. But dancehall, nope. So I wanted to do something different.
When we go low, you get high. 'Cause you never know,
I would say around about a year. Yeah. So yeah, from start to finish, from conceptualization to realization, I'd say a year.
I move like this, you in disbelief. Let me drop it down low.
Honestly, I would say the hardest song was the last song I had to write. So that was, if I'm remembering correctly, it's Tunnel Vision, which is the final song on the EP. And I think it was more difficult for me to write because it was a concept that I hadn't introduced before in my discography. It was more emotional, leaning towards like what I've been through with like friendships, relationships, stuff like that. And because I hadn't been that vulnerable in my music before, it was kind of like, okay, are we really gonna do this? Like, you know, but I committed to it and it ended up being, I think it's the most popular song now, apart from Nickel Bass, which was the single, but Tunnel Vision is like performing the best. People like it, so.
And pick it up slow, that's all I need. All I need is little bass.
I feel like that answer changes every day, and it's so interesting because the producer I worked with, the mixing engineer Caution, he also had a problem. Like every day he'd come to me, every time he worked on a song, he's like, oh, this is my favorite song now. Tuesday, this is my favorite song. Wednesday, no, wait, this one. So I kind of think that it changes based on how I'm feeling, but Little Bass is definitely a banger. Every time I listen to that, I'm like, wait, I wrote this. So if it makes me feel like that, I know it's a really good song. In terms of visuals, Deep Pockets is definitely my favorite visualizer, directed by Jesse James. He's one of the top legends in Jamaica, so I'm really grateful I got to work with him on that project. So yeah, I guess those are my top two: Little Bass, Deep Pockets.
You said Jesse James?
Yeah,
I have to look into him. How did you two
I
become
will
connected?
definitely.
We actually worked together in corporate for a little while when I was keeping my music career under wrap. Like, no one knew that I did music, and I think he found my social media because I was probably promoting something, and he saw it and he's like, wait, I didn't know that you did music. Whole time he was like this top director doing music videos for some of the biggest names in dancehall currently. So he was like, wait, we have to shoot, and it worked out perfectly, and we have more stuff coming, so I'm super excited about that.
Now, are you still juggling corporate with music, or?
I'm on a break right now, but you know, we gotta get that money, so we might go back. I'm on a break right now.
I get it though, because this summer, why not come in always?
Yeah, why not? And I have a lot of work to do, like for myself, to get somewhere, so I kind of need to make that commitment.
I say it all the time. Unfortunately, doing this stuff is also like a business. It's not just being an artist. It's also managing yourself, getting connections, running the social media. There's so many parts to it.
Because I'm independent, so I'm really like, I'm doing everything.
Now, is your goal to stay independent, or do you eventually?
It would have to be it would have to be like an unbelievable deal. I mean, I think, yeah, for me to sign up for my rights, like it would have to be a really good deal. I think what I might want help with is like distribution, more than like a record label to do everything for me, because I think I'm still maturing in terms of I might have a little bit of a control problem. So it has to be that type of symbiotic relationship, or it doesn't make sense because I've been doing it myself. So
Give me the rhythm, wind up my little waist. Never know how some me would I deal with it, please.
wow, what challenges did I face? Honestly, I think part of it, like beyond me myself being secure in it and knowing that this is what I mean, a big part of being an artist as well is like it's like you're begging for attention, and you're also begging for people to kind of understand. I mean, art is open for interpretation, so not necessarily what I meant is what everyone's gonna get. But I think that would have been the most challenging part, like actually putting it out there and hoping that people get it. You get what I'm saying? Like putting it out there to the public, knowing that anyone can give any opinion they want or say like, this doesn't make any sense. And then looking beyond that and then having people actually say, oh, like I get it. Like that makes sense. So the challenge is just taking that initial step to be seen.
On that note, can you tell us what element matches to each song?
Sure. Okay, so track 1 is Sit Pretty, and that matches to Air. Track 2 is Little Bass, which is Fire. Track 3 is Deep Pockets, which is water. And track 4 is Tunnel Vision, which is Earth.
When we bring you on and touch you ground, make you feel like
Boy, honestly, I want to do everything, and this is just my brain. Forgive me for like going off maybe on a tangent, but I want to do everything. I think that this is just the start, and I'm glad that I started on this note because I started as a fusion artist. So it's not like I started giving myself limitations, just doing, you know, a one track, like one genre type of predictable thing. I started out doing everything. So I intend to continue and keep that pace. I'm hoping to get some collabs. That's what I really see on the horizon. I really want to collaborate, get into the studio with like-minded people who just want to create something crazy that no one has ever heard before. So I'm kind of leaning towards like maybe traveling some more, seeing who I can link up with in the Americas, Europe. Like I just want to get out there and make some stuff. Like I don't know, that's just the big picture for me. It's making stuff that I love and that I hope other people love too. I've definitely gotten more mature. I've realized that it is really hard work and a lot of it is self-motivation. So I've learned a lot of lessons in terms of just getting up, making a commitment, being loyal to yourself and, you know, to your dream, because I'm the one who got up and said, this is what I want to do. Like no one forced me. It's not like, you know, like I voluntarily said, this is what I want to do and I'm going to make the commitment. So I think I've evolved in terms of my maturity, my loyalty to myself, being able to make that commitment and just working hard.
Yeah, it's easy to get burnt out in this industry too. It's a lot of work.
It's like every week is on reset and I just have to tell myself whether I'm feeling like I'm committed to the results and not like how I feel on a daily basis or a weekly basis. Every day I get up, I'm like, oh yeah, I have to do this and I have to do it now. So yeah, it's just not waiting anymore.
give me the rhythm, why not my little ways? Never know how some me would I deal with.
Don't wait anymore. Like just literally just do it, because I know that people go into this thing like, oh, no one cares, like no one's paying attention to what you're doing, just do it. But to me it's like, do it because there might be people who are watching and people who are paying attention to what you're doing. Because people are like, oh yeah, no, even when we were talking about the selfie thing, like, oh, I feel like people are watching me take this selfie and I'm self-conscious or whatever it is. But to me it's like with something like music and art, dancing, stuff like that, it begs for attention. So just fall into it, ask for the attention, because you're probably making something that's worth listening to. Just do it. There will be someone who likes it, I promise. Literally, like even if it's like, delete this, they'll say something, because the stuff that I listen to, like people are looking at me like that is ass, like that's crap, but I love it. So if there's people who are like me who take listening to music from the same angle that I do or with the same approach, there will be someone to listen to your music, even if it's 3 people. It's fine.
When we bring you on and touch you ground, make you feel like
I, for one, I love visuals. I was a kid that would sit on YouTube watching music videos for hours and hours and hours. And when they were on the TV, like MTV, at home we have RETV that shows all the dancehall music videos and stuff like that. So I knew that it had to have visuals. Visuals are really important. I think that, I don't know, with the fast-paced nature of like the internet, TikTok, stuff like that, people have kind of stopped paying attention as much to visuals. But I wanted to make things that were easily digestible, but also like impactful. In that 2 or 3 minutes, you know what's going on. So it's not like a really hard concept to follow. It just looks good and it keeps you engaged for the 2 or 3 minutes, because I know people have like an attention span thing going on. So I wanted to just make sure that, okay, pretty straightforward. Here I am. This is what it's about. But it also helps you to understand the song and connect that element with what's going on.
I love that you put that much work into it and that you really focused on doing that. Now, is that something that you're thinking about continuing with the further releases?
Of course. The way my brain works, like when I come up with the concept for a song, when I come up with the storyline that I want to tell, when I come up with the story that I want to tell, I automatically see it in pictures in my head. So if I get a beat tonight and I'm like writing a song or coming up with a concept or whatever it is, like I see it at the same time. So I feel like I just have to use that. Like I can't have the imagery in my head and not put it down. Like I write my own treatments. I'm doing my own like location scouting. I know how I want it to look even before sometimes the song is even finished. So yeah, I will definitely be putting out visuals for most, if not all, the songs like where I can.
With the thing, come take it off. All night we are draw figure eight.
It's something I would love to do. So far as the universe provides, it's in the works. I would love to do an Elemental movie, just to continue this promotion, because we are gonna milk Elemental until we can't anymore. So yeah, I'm hoping to do an Elemental movie, come with some new concepts, like some new interpretations of the four elements, and just keep people engaged and like, oh wow, like this is a serious from start to finish. Like I have to see it through. So yeah.
With the thing, come take it off. All night we are draw figure eight.
Wow. I am a literal goofball. Like I'm always the funny friend. I'm the comedian of the group. Like I'm just a happy heart. A lot of people will say like I'm miserable and whatever it is, but it's because I like things done a particular way. But at my core, I'm a clown. So I think what keeps me motivated is just laughing at stuff. Like, you know, I love my little mind-numbing TV shows and, you know, cartoons and stuff like that. Like I do things that I used to do as a kid. I've never stopped doing them. Like I watch the same shows that I used to watch. I'm on YouTube. My favorite content is like comedy. So I kind of keep it lighthearted when I'm not working, in a sense, just to keep that type of energy, because it's really hard to fall into like this cynicism and nihilism when you realize the world is real and bad things exist and bad things happen. But at my core, I try to keep it high energy, and, you know, I'm always laughing. I'm party animal. I'm social. So yeah, that's who I am. I need to watch Rick and Morty for 6 hours straight. Like I need to just numb my brain, because on a daily basis, I'm thinking like all the time about work and music and what the next concept is going to be. And it's a lot, because especially when you're doing a lot of it by yourself, like down to the PR and designing flyers and all these things. So I just want to dissociate. Like I just want to watch cartoons and laugh and scroll on TikTok. Like please, sometimes you really have to sit back and take a stock of like how far you've come for real, because I do struggle with that a lot of the time, being all consumed. Like my friends are like, you're kind of scaring me with this. Like it's been 2 years straight of just this concept thing, and it's like I was just locked in. I don't know, but yeah.
They say all artists are crazy, so
I mean, you kind of have to be to say that you're gonna do this willingly. So
With the thing, come take it off. All night we are draw figure eight.
honestly, I just think I need a bigger budget, because once I have the budget, it's over for everybody, because these are things that I literally do in my backyard. Like the visuals that are on the EP, I shot them in at home some of the time, like in just regular photo studios. So when I get access to like the green screen and the big bucks, I think the sky is literally the limit, because I'm a part of that creative process. Like I want to be a part of it. So if my mind gets to the bigger minds of like this industry, I think it's just going to be insane. There are so many concepts I want to explore. Like I would swing from the building, like, you know, anything, because like I have fears, you know, but when I'm working, when I'm doing my music and stuff, it's like I'm not afraid of anything, because I need to get it done. I'll be in the fire ring not feeling anything. Like I don't care. I want to do underwater, like you know, people have done like their maternity shoots like in the pool or whatever with the clock. Beyonce, all those people. Like I want to do that. I'm scared because I have asthma and I can't hold my breath. I can't hold my breath for more than 30 seconds. But I'm willing to try it, because we have to get this done. I've been Marcelle Chérie, and I just want to encourage everyone to go and stream my debut EP, Elemental. It's out now on all platforms, and there's 4 visualizers for you guys to go and watch on YouTube. So please go and stream and watch the videos. Thank you so much.